All right, this is a video going over our quiz so that you are prepared for our retake on Thursday. This is number 1. 13 over 7, is that a rational number? Explain why or why not. Well, first of all, better make sure you write this down. The definition of a rational number is that it can be made into a fraction. Pause the video, write that down. So by definition alone, hello, it's already a fraction. Of course it's rational. So what else did we write here? It's already a fraction. So yes, it's rational. Okay, so maybe you wrote for a reason it's rational because right here, it's already a fraction. Something about the fact that rational numbers are fractions or can be made into a fraction, but of course if it's already a fraction, we don't need to do anything to it. It has nothing to do with being able to convert it to a decimal. Okay, rational can be made into a fraction. Number 2, we're gonna change this fraction into a decimal. Okay, top dog goes in the house, which means the 11's on the outside, 7 goes in the middle, inside. 11 cannot go into 7, so we put our decimal here. 11 can go into 70 6 times. 6 times 11 is 66. When I subtract here, I get 4. Okay, I'll bring down another 0. Keep going until it stops or repeats. 11 does go into 40 3 times. 3 times 11 is 33. And I'm going to get a 7 again here. So I go back to my 70. So I'll get another 6, 3, 6, 3, and so forth. So the answer to this is 0.63 repeating. All right, number 3, convert this into a fraction and then simplify. Well, we have the tenths place and the hundredths place, so we're going to put 66 over, well, we would put it over 100 if it weren't repeating. I'll erase this up here so you can see there's a repeating bar there. Since it's repeating, we want to put it over 1 less, and I actually saw somebody write this on their paper. I thought this was nice. Just take away 1, right? So really, I want to put 66 over 99. That's really a great way to show your work. Okay, so now we have to simplify. So we're going to divide, let's see, you could divide by 3, you can divide by 11. Let's see, what happens if I divide by 11? 66 divided by 11 is 6. 99 divided by 11 is 9. We can still reduce that, divide that by 3. All right, so when we divide here, I get 2/3. And I apologize, I said it can be divided by 6. The bottom cannot. But that is still the answer. 2/3. All right, which whole number is the square root of 130 closest to? Well, if we make a number line, it wants to be pretty high. Let's see, let's start with maybe, well, you know, 10 is the square root of 100, so it's got to be bigger than that. We know the square root of 11, or excuse me, square root of 121 is 11. It's got to be bigger than that. All right, how about 12? We have the square root of 144. Well, we know it's somewhere in between there, but which one is it closer to? And the answer is it's closer to the 121, in which case the answer would be 11 in this case. And if you need to double check, you just take the difference of 121 and 130. In fact, I'll subtract the bigger minus the smaller. Excuse me, 121, here we go. 130 minus 121 is only 9, so there's only a difference of 9 there. And if I check the other two, bigger minus smaller, 144 minus 130, that's a difference of 14. So you can see it's closer to the 121, which means the answer is right here, 11. They want the whole number, which is 11. All right. Now we're going to multiply with our powers. So many people got this one wrong, and it's like the easiest problem. All right. When you multiply, and the rules for this are right on my board in the front of the room. Okay. When you multiply, you're going to keep, let's write this down, keep your base. Step 1. Step 2, we're going to add the exponents. Okay, that's all you got to do. Rules have been on my board. What's the base? Base is 5. Add the exponents. 3 plus the other exponent is a -4. Well, 3 plus -4 is -1. I took that answer. I also took the answer 1/5 to the first power, because 5 to the -1st power is the same as 1/5 to the first power. I also took 1 over just the plain old 5. Any one of those answers would be fine. You have to remember, when you multiply, this is multiplication here, we keep our base and add our exponents. Right, 6. Now we're raising a power to a power, where we keep the base and multiply the exponent. Multiply the exponents. Keep our base. Our base is 3. We multiply 2 times 3, and we get 3 to the 6th power. I took that answer, and I took what that is equivalent to. 3 to the 6th power means multiply 3 6 times, and I believe that's 729. I took either one of those answers. This is nothing new. You guys should know this. All right, change this to standard form. So if I leave my 5.5 here, I want to move the decimal 4 times, making it a small number. The negative sign means I want to move it to make it a smaller number. Well, that means move it to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a lot of people not rewriting this number. If you could please rewrite this number very nicely. Okay, I have a decimal point, I have 3 zeros, and then my 5, 5. I move to the decimal. If you have a 0 out front here, I'll take that too. That's fine. And how many times larger is one thing than another? No, this was not in our packet, but I did talk about it when we did the packet. You need to know what operation to use here. So many people, I think, subtracted. If I ask you how many times larger, let's write this down. How many times larger is 5? Is 10 then 5? Let's do it that way. Is 10 then 5? Because 10 is larger, we know that. Well, how many times larger is it? How many times, what do I have to multiply 5 by to get 10? Well, if you were solving this equation, and I put an x right here, how would you solve for x? What operation would you do to find how many times larger something is? You would divide. Okay, this is division. Okay, if you don't know, break it down. Make it an easier problem that you know how to do. You know how to do this. Okay, so we're going to divide. If you wrote this down, that's great. I'm going to erase it just to save me some room here. But this is an awesome thing to write down. So make sure you pause the video and did so. And let's do this one. We're going to divide. Well, obviously we want the bigger one on top. Remember, a fraction means division. The smaller one's going to go on the bottom. Remember, we know this one is bigger because of the bigger exponent. Okay. So here we're going to divide this. I made this really easy for you. 8 divided by 2, that's 4. And when we do our powers here, we keep our base, and this time we subtract our exponents. So this is 4 times 10 to the 4th power. I accepted that, or I accepted standard form, which would be 4 with 4 zeros. Either answer is fine. Study these. Make sure you're ready for Thursday. The test is going to be very similar. And you can still use this. You can use your packet, anything you want. Be ready.